I spent 40 years filling my life with everything the world told me I needed. A big house, an expensive car, a career people admired, vacations that looked perfect in photos, status that made people respect me before they even knew me. I built a life that looked complete from the outside. Every box was checked, every milestone reached, every expectation met. I had a room full of trophies and awards, proof that I had done something with my life, proof that I was not average, proof that I mattered. But here is the part nobody sees. None of those things made me feel anything real. At 58 years old, I remember sitting alone in that room, surrounded by everything I had worked for, and feeling absolutely nothing. No peace, no purpose, no sense of arrival, just noise. Constant noise in my head that never stopped. It is a strange feeling, to have everything you thought you wanted, and still feel like something is missing. At first you try to ignore it. You tell yourself you just need more success, more money, more recognition. So you keep going, you push harder, you aim higher. But the feeling does not go away, because the problem is not what you have, it is what you expect from it. I did not understand that at the time. I thought I was close, that I just needed one more achievement, one more breakthrough, one more level. But there is no level. There is no finish line where the emptiness disappears, because the emptiness is not a lack of things. It is a lack of meaning, and meaning cannot be bought. It cannot be earned through status. It cannot be created by other people's approval. That noise in my head, it followed me everywhere, in meetings, in conversations, even in moments that were supposed to feel special. I could be surrounded by people and still feel alone. I could be successful and still feel lost. And the worst part, I could not explain it, because from the outside, there was no reason to feel this way. That is when it becomes dangerous, because when you cannot explain your emptiness, you start to believe something is wrong with you. You think, maybe I am ungrateful, maybe I am broken, maybe I should just try harder. So you keep chasing. But chasing without understanding only takes you further away. Then one day, someone handed me a Qur'an. I did not think much of it. It sat on my shelf, untouched, unopened, for 3 months. I told myself I would read it later, when I had time, when I felt ready. But the truth is, I was not looking for answers there. I was still looking in the same places I had always looked. Then one night, I could not sleep. The noise was louder than usual, thoughts repeating, questions with no answers, a restlessness I could not escape. So I got up, walked to the shelf, and picked it up. Not out of belief, not out of curiosity, out of exhaustion. I opened it randomly, and the first thing my eyes landed on was a single line. Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. I read it once, then again, 4 times, because something about it felt different, not complicated, not philosophical, clear, direct, certain. And in that moment, something happened that I had not experienced in decades. The noise stopped, not slowly, not gradually, completely. For the first time in 40 years, my mind was quiet. I did not understand it, but I felt it, and that was enough. That single moment changed everything. Not overnight, but it changed the direction, because for the first time, I realized something important. I had been looking in the wrong place for 58 years. Everything I chased, everything I built, everything I believed would complete me was outside. But the problem was inside, and the solution was not more of the same. It was something different, something deeper, something real. I started reading, slowly, not as a scholar, not as an expert, as someone searching. And what I found was not what I expected. It was not just words, it was clarity. Clarity about life, about purpose, about why I felt the way I felt. It explained something I had never been able to explain. Why success did not satisfy me. Why achievement did not complete me. Why I always felt like something was missing. Because this life is not meant to complete you. It is meant to test you. That idea changed everything. Because if this world is not the destination, then it makes sense. Why nothing in it feels permanent. Why everything fades. Why no achievement feels final. Why no possession feels enough. Because it was never supposed to be. I am 80 years old now, and I have lost most of the things I spent my life chasing. The car is gone, the career is over, the trophies are somewhere in a box, forgotten, and none of it matters. Because the peace I found that night has never left, not once, not when things got harder, not when things changed, not when I lost what I once valued. It stayed because it was not tied to anything that could be taken away. That is the difference. Everything I chased before could disappear, and eventually it did. But what I found could not. The world will sell you 1,000 things, and it will promise you that the next one will finally make you happy, the next promotion, the next relationship, the next achievement, the next version of your life. But it never does, because the promise itself is flawed. I bought them all, every version of that promise, and none of them worked, not one. The only thing that filled the emptiness was the one thing that cost me nothing. No money, no status, no approval, just understanding. If you have ever felt that emptiness, even after achieving what you thought you wanted, if the noise in your head never seems to stop, if you feel restless, even when everything looks fine, you are not broken. You are just looking in the wrong place. I looked in the wrong place for 58 years. You do not have to. There is a different way, not louder, not more exciting, but real. And once you find it, you will understand why nothing else ever worked. If this resonated with you, comment peace below. And if you want the complete guide to finding real inner peace through timeless spiritual wisdom, everything you need is waiting for you in the link in our profile.